it's Julie here at Three Chickens in a Boat, and today I'm going to take you from conception to birth of a chicken. Now, if you're like me, the thought of growing your own chickens is kind of cool. Not only do you get to mess around with genetics, the clean lines and the mixed breeds, but you also get to see the tiny little baby chicks hatch, which is what we're going to see at the end of this video. The first thing that needs to happen is you've got to make babies inside the chicken. How are babies made? Well, the rooster needs to jump on top of the hen, if she's willing, and then she's going to inseminate the hen, or the eggs, and that's how the eggs become out fertilized. Yep. That's fertilization in action there, peeps. Although this is our old rooster, so he takes a little longer. That's right, lady, shake it off. Now, even though you've got a fertilized egg, it doesn't mean it's any different than your normal egg. Unfertilized, that is. To get a fertilized egg to actually be viable, it needs to be kept at a temperature for 3 days to create fertilization chemical reaction thingamabobby inside the egg. That's the point when you're gonna not wanna start eating these eggs. Although in some countries, this is a delicacy. Ugh. So, you'll have a fertilized egg, you'll have a broody hen or an incubator, and all you need to do is get the eggs nice and warm, and 21 days later, they're gonna hatch. Well, most of them will hatch, not all of them. Of course, not every single egg is viable. Not all genetics work together. Sometimes the humidity is off, one egg gets kicked out, you never know. So, estimate that approximately 50% of the eggs that you're gonna set are gonna hatch. Now here's the clincher. 50% of those eggs might also be roosters. So you really need to be able to prepare ahead of time what you're gonna do if you get excess roosters. Now, I had heard a fact that if you've got a lot of roosters on your farm already, genetics kind of balances out and you get a higher ratio of hens or chicks being born. Now, this might be an old wives' tale, but with 4 roosters on our town, I'm crossing my fingers that all of our chicks this summer are going to be girls. So you go into your hen house and you find an egg. Now, after you get your egg, all you need to do is find a hen that wants to sit on. Luckily, we've got all sorts of breeds that are constantly going broody. Our Cochins, our Banties, everything. All they want to do is sit on eggs. We set them up in a nice tidy little dog crate, away from the other hens, or in one of our broody coops. This keeps the chicks nice and safe, and the mom doesn't get bothered. It also stops the other hens from continually climbing on top of them and laying more and more eggs. Now this is a broody hen. Every now and then you'll get a hen that just wants to sit around on eggs all day long. We found Misty here in the forest. She'd made herself a nest. So we moved her to a dog crate, and she continued to sit on her eggs. Now, after 21 days, your eggs should start to pip. Do you see that tiny little hole right there? If we tap our egg, it's even going to start to cheep. I can feel the little chick in there. She's tapping against the shell, trying to get out. It might take her an hour or a couple to get out of her shell, but this is the first sign of your chick hatching. There's another little shot of our egg pipped. This is a different egg. Now, unless you know your chickens really, really well, it's going to be hard to figure out which egg came from which hen. We always tend to go for the Banty eggs, but we've kind of got a thing for our Banty chickens, don't we? Now, it's been about 30 minutes, and these pips have grown even more. We're at the point where we can even see that this chick is going to be black, and this chick is going to be blonde. Now, we've noticed something kind of weird. Even though we've got our one big strong rooster and he's breeding with a variety of different hens, most of the chicks that hatch take on the characteristics of the hen. Very rarely do we see any of our roosters' genetics blending in. And this mommy, dad, isn't he handsome? Made this cute little fluffy-cheeked hen. And then, another hour later, they've made their holes a little bit bigger. You can see the little white one there is gaining speed, getting stronger, moving around. This is one of our moms who hatched her chicks 3 weeks ago. She's taking the kids out for a dip in the pool. We've got 2 bantam chicks in there and 1 standard cross. And then after another hour, we've got the whole top of the shell ready to come off.
Mama, this is poking her. This is awesome. Nico. Nico. Look at Nico. He's chasing him. I wanted to hatch on my hand. Her.
Shh, 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 shh. Quiet. Don't scare
Oh, God.
Stay.
I want to hold.
Have a baby.
Help? Yeah.
Your mama hen will teach the chicks how to forage for food, how to dust bathe, and basically all the skills they need to be good, productive chickens. If you're using a broody hen, after about 5 to 7 weeks, your hen will decide that she's ready to go back into the flock. She might start laying, or she'll just have less interest with her chicks. At this point, you can move your hen back in, and your chicks can house together and grow up until they're ready to also be incorporated into your main flock. So that's pretty much all there is to it. You take an egg, you warm it up, 21 days later, you get a baby chick. Now, after this video, please be sure to subscribe so you can watch even more fun chicken videos, and check me out on my blog at www.3chickensataboat.com.